And what? How are you doing,
Mhm.
Toast Burger? This is my guest.
Hey guys, it's me, John Avengers, 1985, and we're talking about the TV show, DC's recent TV show, the new era of justice, Stargirl.
Yep.
Yes, not the Disney Plus movie. That's something different. The
Yeah.
DC superheroine Stargirl. So just to
Yep.
clarify, because there's two Stargirls this year. It's like last year when we had two Captain Marvels and DC's,
Yep. We have
aka
OG Captain
Shazam.
Marvel,
Yeah.
Bird Band Shazam, okay, the
Yeah.
real Captain
So
Marvel, of
just to
course.
clarify, so people think we're not doing a live commentary on the Stargirl movie on Disney Plus. I haven't seen it yet, but anyway, yeah, this show was the biggest surprise of this year. It's the only thing that wasn't pushed this year. The cast was brilliant, except for some minor problems I have with the villains, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, your lead character, is very colorful. She looks like a female Captain America,
Yep.
just with a staff instead of a shield.
Yep.
It was a lighter tone, which is needed because most
Yeah,
of
we
the DC
could.
shows have been dark on the Arrowverse since
Yeah,
Arrow
they
came
already
out.
just been a mess. And frankly, speaking of, and you know, they remind me. Like I said, this show was really designed for DC Universe, and DC Universe,
Didn't
it's
that
been falling
collapse? Yeah,
apart.
they
Yeah, been
did because
collapsing.
they just lost it for season two, so they're not going to air it. They're not going to stream it the day before. That's how you guys
Yeah.
got to see it. You and some other people that watched it on the DC streaming service.
Yeah.
I had to watch it on the CW. I recorded it and then saw it later.
Yeah. And honestly, if I can talk about TV and Disney Universe, I think both of them had same life, kind of. It's a Disney Universe a lot more content to it, but then again, the Disney Universe added before and falling apart ever since HBO Max happened. And that thing never losing a lot of shows left and right. And I hate to say it, I think that happened now just for it to be dead. Then to, okay, did that, connect more actually to AT&T and that bullshit because it's just cutting off a lot of bad DC. And DC might have been split the pieces now, all the staff is getting fired because of layoffs. And that is a different topic altogether, but once Chauvin, that thing, I think that thing is now officially dead. And I'm hoping all the shows, especially my favorite Young Giant, survives and go to HBO Max. That's the one show I want to survive. Well, Doom Patrol, if it survives, going to HBO Max, thank God. But
Yeah,
I'm more
because
of a Young Justice.
yeah, and also the Snyder Cut is finally going to be on HBO Max next year. I'm like, what took them so long? Seriously.
Yeah, that's why I want to. Because that thing been how can I say it? Right? Oh yeah, that thing actually been put in place for years, and I thought that thing actually never gonna come out. But that is never them dog. We were doing that on standard custom when that thing does finally come out. And may I get Sean join me because I do want to get the original pack to join us because that in my opinion is very interesting. Actually, gonna be an interesting movie that comes out.
Yeah,
But we're not even talking about standard cut. We'll see it for another discussion.
yeah, we'll save that for
We're gonna talk
like
about
probably the
Stargirl.
end of the. Yeah, this is about the girl in red and white and blue,
Yep.
and yeah, the casting is a lot younger. It reminded me of the Spider-Man Homecoming
Yeah,
because
it did.
they de-aged her because remember her in Legends of Tomorrow when she was like 30, she looked a lot
Yeah.
older. That's why I'm glad the show exists because they finally gave Stargirl something to do. In Legends of Tomorrow, when I saw her, they did nothing with her.
Yeah, they
She
didn't know
like
what the
was a,
TSA.
it was just a cameo, and I'm like, no, I didn't like that. The Justice Society was barely used in Legends. They only had Commander Steel
Yep.
and Amaya and some other characters.
And
But it's,
well, Vixen. Who at the
yeah, Vixen,
um,
yeah, she was underused too, and
yeah. Which is weird because they pawned the original Vixen from the animated series on live action, which they did.
yeah, I saw
But
that.
then now they have another Vixen. What? Like,
Yeah, it's
it make that
confusing.
Vixen like it pointless.
They had
What?
two actresses that played her.
Yeah, like
Vixen.
don't lie. I think I put Vixen at the end. Legend of awesome, and by Legend of is a great show. That show is funny and actually super meta, but genius. And
Mhm.
and this season, but super meta. That's just started a parody. It was hilarious.
Mhm.
Like that show might be one of the best things on the Arrowverse in my opinion. Well, I mean, for Stargirl, with this game, but then it's okay. You know what? We're at this point. But back on track. Okay. well, like I said before, this show I've been really huge about because my everything was not that high because to get into the category and DCU not falling apart. I bet the show to be well kind of all over the place. However, my PhD came to love when Jeff John involved because Jeff John is a great at the writer. Plus, well, it's his baby. So if anyone wants the show, great, it's him. And the execution of it was actually great. The cat after the made that before. The story, damn, it got dark.
Yeah, it does, but not too dark. It didn't get overly dark where like it took me out of it. Like it didn't Man of Steel it up. They didn't suck out those colors or do tons of flashbacks. I mean, the show starts with a flashback.
Yeah, it does.
It's on Christmas Eve when Courtney's a little girl, and then you get to Stripe? Was it Stripe?
Yep.
That he gets killed. Yeah, when Joe
McHale is fighting. Stripe did not get killed. Starman gets killed.
Starman gets killed
by Icicle.
That's how it opened, and it was a pretty awesome opening. I'm like, oh, so this is where they're gonna go. And it grabbed my attention, and then he told, Luke Wilson's character to get the staff, and and Joe McHale, well, he was barely in it, but they did show him at the end of this season, which was a shock. I was not expecting that, but the film starts the show. I mean, starts with a flashback, and then we get to Courtney when she's in high school, and she meets the other cast members. You have Yolanda. And Dr. Midnight, and you have Rick, who I think is a good character. See, that's a complex character without making him a douchebag, which I like that.
Yeah, he's not an element because his father got killed off by Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy, who's a Batman villain, I know.
Kind of. Solomon Grundy was a Alan Scott Green Lantern villain.
Because he was in Gotham. When I saw Gotham, he was there. So.
Oh yeah, he was. He's not really that show.
He's not a Stargirl villain, but the villains, I was very mixed on them, especially the main villain. I was like, this is just a ripoff of Mr. Freeze and Captain Cold and Iceman from the X-Men.
To be fair, Icicle, my opinion, I think was a great villain on the show because he was awesome. Plus, his movie actually was more complex. And I think Icicle was the best thing I think on the show because he actually was a great leader. Yes, I think he's maybe extreme, but he does have to make good points. He's just too much hate and he's freaking nuts.
Yeah, because Brainwave, he was the first villain we saw fight Courtney. But the thing is that what they did wrong with him is that they barely used him. Like he's in the first 2 episodes and then he's in a coma for like 8 episodes. I'm like, that's way too long. Like, I think they should have woke him up like after the 5th episode.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, because his son, they used him more. The kid that he looks like a Riverdale knockoff.
Hey,
because he was doing things, like he's like, you're not gonna like when he attacks that guy with his telekinetic powers. That was interesting. I'm like,
was
because that Asian guy, he could read people's minds, and I was like, that was going somewhere. And then of course he dies.
He died very brutally. I mean,
I know.
Which,
and they gave a lot of characters backstory. Like they weren't just Stargirl knew she couldn't beat these characters on her own, so she had to form a team.
Help. Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of the GSA, I think reminded me. Let's get the GSA. Okay. Like I said before, I think right. This show is trying to legacy with the GSA, and I'm all for that. Why? Because I think what get making love DC over Marvel. Okay, I love Marvel, but one part of Marvel, you did the Marvel. That was is kind of all over the place that mess. DC could legacy I think because they built out the universe from the very beginning, and that's why that legacy done right, not wrong. When forced done my phone, I got pissed off. That's how it show kind of organically, kind of. So I know some people complain at the about this show. I mean, it's not. No, it's not. But one, the GSA to their own team, and some members, they got killed off, but they didn't get killed. But it is disrespect. It honor their memory. It's done right. And I want to new game. My thing I wanted with Owlman, Stargirl, Stripe C, and documentary might be in the new documentary was interesting, but most of all, I wanted to go with the God of Cat,
it was basically the character, yeah.
Yeah. But I get it. I really do, because, it makes sense. Well, speaking of actually of the I, let's get the ISA for a sec. Okay. The ISA admin for at the it is just at the main entire and all about the engine brainwave. You know, he did kind of when it come up then and
Yeah, he's
granted,
barely in it. Like he was in a coma
barely,
for
which, yeah.
half the season at least, and then his son was doing most of the
Yeah.
heavy work. And then
Yeah,
you had
his son got
Tigress,
killed off by
you had
Brainwave.
that guy with the hockey mask or whatever. You
Yep,
had
that is Sportmaster.
you had the southern guy, which was so annoying. I was like, oh my god, it was the guy with the beard that had a southern accent.
Oh yeah, the
Colonel Sanders or
Hacker
whatever
guy.
his name. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just not interesting. Then you had what's his face
Someone
Yeah,
got
yeah.
the icicle.
Meg DeLacy's character.
Oh yeah, the fiddler.
Yeah,
Who
She
wanted
was
to
a-
get killed off?
yeah, and also that Dragon King or whatever with the
Yeah,
mask.
Dragon
He was
King.
interesting, but he died too quickly at the end.
Well, he got killed off by his daughter, which honestly I saw that one coming because
Yeah,
Well,
'cause she got her in for most of the last 2 or 3 episodes, and then she
Yep.
gets loose.
yeah, which honestly I'm not that happy with that because I'm not that little Dragon Man, you know what? I'm not that happy because one, you screwed up at the dying a kid. What did you expect that gonna happen? Like he's gonna betray you.
Mhm.
It's like that.
Mhm.
And speaking of the villain kid, what's it that to villain kids? Okay. When Dragon King Dawn at the World Champion show, I know what's with the guy. Oh great! Is there another mean girl at this story? I mean, up front, saying Dragon and she tried to join Hill. No, they didn't go. They actually went to a lot more darker route with it, and after she turned them more into villain. And I'm fine with that because honestly, it doesn't make sense pretty much. But speaking of the villain king, what's it does to Fiddler's son? Okay. When Fiddler's son after beat that kid tuber, I expect that was about to go somewhere. It didn't go anywhere, which is weird to me. So made up by 17 2. Who knows? Oh wait, okay. Let's get to Stargirl herself. Stargirl at the in this show than any other show that I watched in the past decade because they had to get a lot more history, a lot more story, and when she first learned about when the father was Starman, she had to come back more like I forget that the terminology. Yeah, ego. Right. Yeah, her ego might be able to get like 100, which on one hand I get it, I really do, because her father had been married for years. I didn't know she shouldn't realize that father went Starman is different put it all together, and when she finally found out about her father, I was actually happy they went down a little because I was super worried they got Stargirl go down more, ego go to 100 until the end of the season. Well, no, they had a lot more cared about me because I had the brain do it. Because she had to learn, this about her ego and action that they have consequences. And speaking of deaths and yeah, another character got killed off at the end of the season. The Wizard. I forget the man's name. The Wizard's son.
The Wizard, which one?
The guy with the top act.
Oh, I forgot him.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember.
Same.
Because I remember the beginning, the first 2 episodes with when she's finding that guy in the car, by the cars. Wait, who's that? Yeah, look it up. Hold on. To check something out.
Just a second. Let's see. Venom Savage, the Finger, the Wizard. Yeah, the Wizard. It was the Wizard. I was right. Found him.
I don't know.
That's him.
I'm not familiar with Stargirl's, her summary. This is the first time I've seen her like fully developed, not like a cameo in another show.
Yeah, I did the Wizard, but he got
William Zard.
he got
Zard.
killed off by Icicle. Icicle actually killed his son. Which, honestly, I was on his side. I expected Wizard to kill Icicle. But no, Icicle had one stuff had killed him. We had to make brutal, very dark. Well, his son and he got killed off, and his wife got killed off too. Why do villains always backstab each other? Because they always try to kill each other. And now Wizard and our family was all dead. Oops. Good job, Icicle. Good job. Speaking of at the dark moment, Joe, I think like at dark moment at the show that I really love, at the white stuff. It had a balance with the arc and light, because it takes it seriously, but also has a fun with it. And let's face it, we need some white art stuff today, because the world right now is super depressing right now, and I need some fun, damn it.
Yeah, I didn't need another like Arrow. It's got to go in a new direction. Because it has to go in a new direction. The DC Arrowverse can't go in the same direction, forever. It had to change up a little bit.
Yeah. And this show is on Earth 2, which is after the new Earth 2. Okay, we don't know and talk about a little backstory. But again,
What happened? You crashed.
if it ain't TV show.
Sorry about that. My Facebook crashed the podcast. So you're okay now?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm normal. Yeah, sorry about that for technical difficulties.
Yeah.
But back on track. Where was I? Shit, I forget. Oh, Earth 2. Basically, this should take in the new Earth 2, because after them doing quite the Earth, the old Earth 2 got blown up. Literally. So, but when new Earth 2 with the little TSA, kind of, sort of, with the show JK's helmet, basically, which, okay, if JK helmet is in this reality, then where is JK from the Flash? Is he gonna call them into this show? Is that I'm gonna be happy. Speak out there,
yeah, probably.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, they're probably gonna do that, because we saw Ezra Miller's Flash in the Crisis on Infinite Earths this year, earlier this year. So they can't have crossovers with the DC universe, because it's all in the same canon. They're just different sides to the same coin. Because in the comics, Shazam actually does meet Stargirl, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we could maybe, if when Shazam 2 comes out, who knows, if Stargirl's still around, they might cross over. They might, show up.
Find it.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I have that picture right there. Yeah.
Shazam with the most kind of what? Kind of screen rant. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I didn't see him with a couple. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Whatever.
And they're close in age too, so
yeah,
they're regular. Billy Batson and her, they're close in age.
Well, not close in age, because it would have kind of be right at the little kid, so like a teenager. So I get what the comment is kind of, but whatever. Like, that screen random up in you want to go with one of my idiots. But whatever, that's another day. But if we do get caught up in this song, then we'll cut them all. That would be pretty cool. Oh, speaking out there of cutting, what's your attitude to Stripes? Played by our own Wilson. He was awesome.
Luke Wilson, not Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Luke
Wilson, because he's the brunette. Yeah, he did a great job, because he was the stepfather of Courtney, Pat. And he's always trying to look out for her, because he sees what happens to her when she goes out on her own, that she causes damage or she gets injured with her hand. Yeah, and that robot's awesome. I love that robot that he's in, the robot suit that he was in mostly.
Same.
That like the Iron Giant.
Yep. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Yep. Josh, you want to know? I saw you went to the stream. Do you want to join us?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Tevi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because with him, it's an adult that's actually does something. My disappointment was that they didn't do much with the mom and Amy Smart and with the young son. He does
Yeah.
something at the end, but of course I love that because basically it's a Deadpool 2 death.
Yeah, that's
And we'll get to
hilarious.
that. Yeah, he breaks Icicle into pieces, which I was
With a
I
truck.
clapped out loud with that when I saw that a few
Yeah.
days ago. I was like, that was awesome. I'm so glad they did that.
With honestly, no, I didn't expect that to happen. I thought to go to get killed up, yes, but that's got to get funny also a
That's
dark
to make sure that
comedy.
he doesn't come back because he's not the
Yeah,
T-1000. He can't liquefy and come back into shape.
yeah,
So yeah, but yeah, he's good in the show, and he adds a lot to the show because Amy Smart, they could have used her more. I hope she's in the season 2 more.
yeah.
Because
One thing like about this show, the Secret Anderson, you know, have to a lot more done better, and this at the IT, oh my god, overshit. Well, most of the stairs, you know, that part is good because it seemed to me that the episode of Villain Find I don't know who the hell it is, and that's been driving me nuts.
yeah, they do that
Flash,
in a lot of shows,
which
a lot of movies.
I get it, I really do. I get there
I
because
mean, they just did that in the last Spider-Man movie. Yeah, that they
yeah.
Mysterio told to everybody who he is, so
Which
it's not going to be a secret.
that makes sense because Mysterio
Yeah,
is a jerk, and I'm gonna define that because
yeah, and
with
no one saw that coming. I was like, oh.
yeah,
Here it's like, yeah, the most of the people already know who Courtney is, like the villains and also
yep,
the team that she brings together. And then the mom found out and she got mad. I'm like, what did you expect?
yeah. What you expect is gonna happen? You expect the
Turn into
mother
a family that has
no,
superheroes. It's like the Incredibles, a family of superheroes, kind of like that.
yep, kind of, yep, yeah, kind of sort of. Except now,
Except only two of them go out and fight crime.
yeah, which I'm fine with that. Speaking of the artifact, we knew we were gonna end up at the Green Lantern stuff with the Alan Scott Green Lantern stuff because I've seen
Oh,
something that's I haven't seen too because Alan Scott Green Lantern, unlike the traditional Green Lantern, is more at the mystical. It's a long story with Alan Scott Green Lantern. It's very complicated. Well, my short version, but Alan Scott Green Lantern is more with magic than with science fiction, and he actually had two kids. One of them actually is Jade, the daughter of Alan Scott, and the other one actually is Obsidian. Which, hang on a sec, let's see.
because I'm shocked that they haven't done a live action Green Lantern show. Because
Same.
because they've done an animated series and they did a film and then they did they had him be in a lot of the Justice League stuff, but never a live action show like they did with Flash.
Yeah.
And yeah, but with Stargirl, yeah, because it didn't piss me off the way the last seasons of Supergirl have. Mainly because
Supergirl was so
they have
boring.
so way too many characters. They put the feminist agenda way too many in my face. And Melissa Benoist had nothing to do. And I know she's pregnant now, so she's not going to start production on the next season until next year. So who's that?
That is Obsidian. Obsidian is
Oh.
the son of Alan Scott.
Mm-hmm. He looks like the Hourglass in the show. Or Moon Knight from Marvel.
Huh. The guy does. Weird.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. That is the son of Alan Scott. The other kid I mentioned before is Jade. Let's see if I can find her. Found her. That is Jade.
She looks like the She-Hulk.
Yeah, she kind of does.
She's green, yeah. Or Gamora.
But yeah, Jade is a badass. She is an awesome character. And I would love to see her particularly on the show. We got pretty cool to see.
Yeah, why not? There weren't a lot of female villains. It was only Tigress and
Sportmaster and Shiv.
Yeah, that's it. That was it. There's just two of them. Most of the villains were men, and I was like, yeah, they're kind of forgettable.
Well, and but Fiddler.
Yeah.
Who got killed up by Sportmaster and Tigress.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah,
Sportmaster and Tigress were tons of fun, even though they're super insane.
Yeah, the Sportmaster, whatever, he talks way too much. Like that scene with him and Luke Wilson, I was like, oh, this is making me cringe because he's trying to be funny like the Joker, and I'm like, it doesn't work because he's not the Joker. He's not. He's just like trying to be
fun.
Yeah, I prefer Tigress because she's like dead serious and she has some cool fight scenes with Courtney.
Yeah.
So And the outfit's sexy, so I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, well, the fight scene I think were awesome on the show. The fight scene were amazing. Granted, it's part of it might be TV budget. I get it, but you know what? Fine, I'm fine with it.
Hey,
Like
they did something. It wasn't like 13 episodes of just talking. That was in the
and
middle.
yeah.
Yeah, there was some filler, but when the action's there, it's well done.
I
The
agree with
costume
that.
design's really well done. It's got color. It's bright. It doesn't. They don't try to undersaturate it.
Yeah.
They have the masks look cool. It doesn't look cheap. It looks like a
So
almost
they will
like a
money into
budget
it.
that they would have for Disney Plus shows like Mandalorian, which
Yeah.
looks amazing, by the way. The season 2, I can't wait for that
Yeah.
in
Which I am
October.
super worried when Star Wars Season 2 go to CW because I'm worried about the budget. That's the
Yeah.
one I'm worried about when it goes to CW because I don't sure their budget are super low. I mean, Jesus Christ,
Yeah, they
I
should
get
double
it.
the budget on them because the DC movies are not going to be coming out for a while. So
Yes, so maybe
give them more money, you know?
Yeah,
The show
maybe
was a
they
hit,
can bigger
so
budget.
that woman had no budget because they barely had effects in that show. It was just her in the
It's more
costume and that
practical.
stupid wig. That's it, yeah, but it's still, there was not much.
True. The lighting was not that
And
great.
the villains,
The lighting killed that
yeah,
show.
yeah, and the agendas behind it. This show didn't have to
Yeah.
do that. There was no feminist agenda, and there was no gay agenda in it either, which I was like, oh, thank God.
Which
An
I'm
Arrowverse
fine
show
with
that
that.
didn't have to shoehorn in. Like Black Lightning, they had to do that. Legend of Tomorrow,
Black
they
Lightning,
had
to
to
be
do that.
fair, I'm fine with that because Black Lightning makes sense.
But that
To
show's
a
so
certain
dark.
extent.
Yeah.
That show is dark, but it does make a ton of sense being about writing a debate. Not dark Yoda, versus, I don't want to release it not, but you give
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
It was racist. I know. In the beginning, when I saw the show last year in 2018, yeah.
Well, no,
I get it.
it's not because of that. It's because when I said dark, I don't mean skin tone. Because,
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I
okay,
know. The
yeah.
the tone of the show is dark. I mean,
Yeah.
they mostly it's very socially conscious.
Which makes
This
sense.
show, this show had diversity, and it never had to
Yeah.
shove it in my face. You had Yolanda, who's Hispanic, and you have Dr. Midnight, who's black,
Yep.
and then you have who else we had? Wasn't there an Asian guy? I think there was. Yeah,
I think the one I don't remember.
one of the guys that was trying to sign off Brainwave's whatever, like when he
Oh
was in
yeah,
the
the
hospital.
lawyer.
Yeah, there was that
who
guy.
got killed off.
Yeah, so it has diversity. So I
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, they felt organic, but that's the mentality with political stuff, and we'll be able to
No,
talk
I don't
about
want to
that.
get political here. This is about Stargirl.
Yeah, it's about Stargirl. Speaking of the Armor Hero in general, what is the Iron Man and his vengeance? Okay. Iron Man, I met before in the show, the Armor Engine, because he lost his parents, literally, they got killed up by someone bloody. And I assume when Iron Man met someone, he would kill him. Turns out he doesn't do that, actually, because he actually, realized that killing him would not bring his parents back. And I'm actually happy about that. Why? Because I'm tired of my heroes killing. Because
Yeah, we get it. The show DC, sometimes the characters don't have a choice and have to kill. That's
Yeah,
just how it is.
I'm
We've
fine with
seen
that
it.
if it makes sense. But when it doesn't
Yeah.
make sense, that's when I got infuriated. One
Yeah.
person did Batwoman and she killed up, but it's which, again, it's hard. I hate comparing the show to Batwoman we do, but
Yeah, but it's just that show was a failure. Like even when it came out last year, it got the lowest ratings on
Yeah, it
IMDb.
was.
The critics were very mixed on it. Audiences hated it, and
Yep.
that's why they didn't go back to it. And who knows if it's even going to come back.
who knows?
This
We're all
year
gonna
or
see
next
it
year.
At this point.
And I'm like, yeah, but just with Stargirl, I'm actually more excited for what they're going to do with season 2. You got Eclipso, I think is the next
Eclipso.
one.
Yep.
What was that little crystal thing that she was holding at the end? I don't know what
Oh
that
yeah.
was.
Oh yeah. Could be. Oh
'Cause
yeah.
she had this little crystal, like from Legend of Zelda,
Yep.
that she had in her fingers. I'm like, I don't know what that was because I've never heard that.
That actually Eclipso. Eclipso basically is basically the lap of God, but he got the career because he messed up the job better, and he's a very, very powerful. I mean, I couldn't remember powerful very much in DC series. And the only thing that took him now is Spectre.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Spectre? And Spectre is the lap of God, and it's kind of complicated in general Spectre mythology. Basically, Spectre and Eclipso are basically two more powerful things in the DC universe, and the Eclipso Diamond holds a part of Eclipso. And yeah, what's saying there? Like both my guys are super powerful. Like that is Eclipso.
Josh said, "I like all of the DC shows except Gotham. Meg DeLacy was pretty good. Yeah,
Gotham with
she
a
was because
bad
it's on
slash
its own.
above.
It's on its own. So was Pennyworth, which was like a spinoff with Alfred, and
How is that a spin-off? I seen that thing
yeah,
with.
it got no. It's a spinoff on its own. It's its own story. It's Alfred's story, not
Oh.
Bruce. It's about him and Thomas Wayne before he became the butler to Bruce, before his parents died. But it was on Epics. It wasn't had nothing to do with Fox or the DC Arrowverse or
Yeah,
the
or the
DC
Hellraiser
show
or
that was
anything.
streaming service. I also never seen Doom Patrol. I heard that was
Doom
pretty
Patrol
good.
is amazing. Whole
Yeah,
season
because
2 been
I would love
epic.
to see them on the. They showed them like briefly at the end of the Arrow. So was it the Crisis on
Crossing
Infinite Earth?
nerves. Yeah.
And I'm like, I want to see more of that and more team shows because
Yep.
it's something different.
Titans, on the other hand.
Yeah, Titans. No, it's too dark. I don't think it can't work in a
Yeah.
more like lighter tone. I don't think it's gonna work because then you have Teen Titans Go and that's awful.
But Teen Titans go to turn. Teen Titans can't go to the right tone. We just need a right writing and a good story. And
Yeah,
in fact,
that's what
Teen
this show
Titans
had.
might do the Teen Titans justice. That Teen Titans Go show is just a stupid parody of Titans.
Yeah, it's a parody.
Titans, it's just trying to be edgy, dark,
Yeah,
and
it's trying to be like R-rated, and I'm like, they have the boys for that. You don't need that
Yeah.
in DC. Isn't the boys like mature on Amazon Prime?
yes.
The boys, which it's sad because what pissed me off about that premise is like, oh, so the heroes are not the people in the capes. I'm like, okay,
The Boy
don't
has
know
a
what
great
it's
show. I mean,
but I
that show
haven't
is
seen
awesome.
it yet. I have Amazon Prime. I might watch it the first season because I have to catch up on some things in the fall. Since Stargirl won't come back, they said new episodes in 2021. Yeah, what this year should have been. But and then this came at a time, the right time, because there was nothing in the theaters. All the
There's nothing
superhero
on
shows.
TV.
We haven't seen a superhero movie in the theater since what, like March, since Bloodshot, and that didn't do well.
Bloodshot was garbage.
Yeah, it was a
sad.
comic book movie that they're re-releasing it in theaters for some reason next week. I'm like, why?
What
Nobody
the
went to go
point?
see it.
It bombed.
Birds of Prey
Like-
didn't even make money. Nothing made money this year when it came to comic book movies. Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
The only thing that made
This
money
comic-
before the
Sonic-
pandemic was Sonic,
Sonic,
My Hero
Invisible Man,
Academia.
and Bad Boys 3. That's it.
Yep.
That's all.
Well,
the movies that came out.
but My Hero Academia.
And
I
some
love My Hero.
foreign movies that came out in South Korea, it made like 30 million, but that's another story. But yeah, that was a very small year when it came to most films were on Netflix or on Disney Plus or
On
Hulu,
Amazon.
or on VOD or like Fandango Now or whatever, like apps or whatever. And we just recently, and there's also a new streaming service that just came out, Peacock. I just got that.
I heard about it. Peacock for free?
Yeah, it is. It is. Most of it, the content is free. There's a premium where you could get everything, but I'm fine with the free content. I don't want to pay. I already got Netflix. I don't want to pay anymore.
Yeah, this stream service is on Pittsburgh. Again, too much stream service for insanity. But that didn't be top altogether. I could probably do a sub video on that, but
Okay, Invisible Man made money. Yeah, and
yep.
But it's going to get a spin-off. I think they're doing the Wolfman next and etc. But anyway, were there problems in the show? Yeah, there was. You had.
Yep. I
feel like personally, because I thought the actor they chose was the idiot from the Blade TV series, and I'm like, oh great, this guy, this blonde British guy. I'm like, yeah, I just didn't care. And also the other villains, like I said, I don't remember their names. Just Brainwave and Tigress and Brainwave's son, who was kind of like more an anti-hero. Yeah. Because the Southern Fried guy, I have no idea who he was. I was like, oh, this guy, he's like the Tinkerer in Spider-Man Homecoming. And it just... Yeah. But he's forgettable. He didn't... At least that villain was in the background. Here, he's like, I'm going to put a virus and blow up the entire world. I'm like, oh, God. It was not comic relief either, because this show had some jokes, here and there.
It did.
When the staff was moving on its own and going on its own without Courtney and disobeying her.
Pretty badass.
And it's funny how a staff that glows gold has more personality than some other DC shows.
Yeah.
It's got more personality than other characters, and it's just a stick. It doesn't have a mouth. It doesn't talk. It just goes. And the effects look great on it too.
The effects look great.
It reminded me of Doctor Strange, his cape.
Mm-hmm. It did. Which actually was surprised because I didn't expect like the conversation to have or the conversation coming personality. But initially I think it actually pretty cool. I'm gonna glad to ending. But speaking of actually of Karen actually of lighting, okay. What is the end game itself? Because the villain plan the reliability type world using brainwave actually in power. And I assume when brainwave's son found out, just to return more villains. But no, he had to go out against his father. That's pretty bad and awesome. I was sad he died because that was dark.
That was tragic. Yeah, when Wildcat saw him die and she started crying.
Yeah,
he got caved in. Yeah.
Speaking of Brainwave, he got killed off by Wildcat.
Yeah, and it was pretty brutal. I was like, wow, she slashed his throat. Something like Catwoman would do. I was like, wow, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I expect that. I mean, that was dark.
It's like he's like you're not Brainwave Junior, and he's like,
yep.
And then bleeding. I was like, yeah, they have to do one of those like either decapitations or like slashing the villain's throat in most of these shows.
But this was dark.
But it didn't feel out of place. It didn't feel out of place though, because I knew what to expect. With DC, they always put like a hint of darkness in their shows, at least, or a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, Supergirl didn't have a dark moment. Well, okay, Supergirl did some dark moment at the end of the show because Revive and stuff, which, okay, if I could decide that.
Rain beating up Supergirl, that was pretty dark.
Yeah, that was dark. Like, Supergirl, I think, like, killing Supergirl, well, near killing, and the driver kind of hill was pretty interesting. The one thing that can see the live memory, the Electric Revive was the best part in that season. Reviving. So, boring. I'll get it Reviving. Reviving in the comic is one of the boring villains I've in my life.
Yeah, the only thing they had was Lex Luthor. That was the only villain I cared about in the last 2 seasons.
And it was great.
Yeah.
He's the best part in that entire season. Reviving, forget about them. I care about what they do. I'm insane.
After recent revelation came out about what Netflix wants to do with the live-action Airbender, I'm trying to get hashtag cancel live-action ATO on Twitter.
Yeah, I did hear about that. I heard
about that. That the creator of Avatar: The Last Airbender left Netflix, but they have the original cartoon there. So and Korra's coming there, so I'm fine with it.
I'm disappointed that this show was got voice and tried to let the movie because you had the quiz right there to help you guys and you fucked it up.
I know.
How do you fuck it up? Like, oh.
I don't know.
I'm pissed off about that. I did my own video on that and I was mad.
Yeah, I know. A few days ago, yeah.
Yeah, like what the fuck, Netflix? You had one job to make this good and you fucked it up. Ugh. Oh, this is gonna be flat bad of that Taylor M. Night Shyamalan movie. Fuck. It's a little bit more bigger than Netflix. Oh, that's gonna be a fun rant if I see that eventually. Actually, you know what? I'm not going with brain power. Speaking of the villains or heroes, yeah. What did the Icicle? As I said, Icicle was the best part of the entire show because he had it with a great very complex, very interesting, and more than I was actually kind of sympathetic. His methods were extreme and very, very messed up. But you know, he does kind of make a good point. In fact, the way they want to exercise brand, that's pretty cool. Carolina Walkman. With the countdown.
Mm-hmm.
If you get the reference. You get the reference here with the Watchmen stuff.
Well, I haven't seen the Watchmen show. I only saw the Zack
Snyder
show.
Well, the show itself, it's fine. It's whatever. But Watchmen, I had to see at all. The comic is amazing, and I still may be doing this sequel, but that's another topic right there. But they had to do a Watchmen reference in this show. But after all, was smart, actually pretty genius. Speaking of Icicle, we got to get more into Icicle's son. And I've seen this man, the Icicle's son, when he found out about his father's death. Yeah, he could be pissed.
I know. But that could go somewhere. Like I didn't care about his parents like being there. That when they had dinner in that scene. I'm like, that scene was just. It felt like a sitcom. I was like, he's putting his hand in the soup or whatever. I'm like, really? That's how Courtney finds out who he is? He puts his hand inside of the food. I'm like, that was just dumb. One thing I found interesting about fandom is that Legion of Superheroes cartoon is getting a panel.
Don't know
Don't know if the show is getting
yet.
renewed or if the two seasons will be moving to HBO Max. HBO Max is basically the new DC
Yeah, I do
streaming
DC
service
Universe.
because they're going to put Wonder Woman there, Justice League,
Legendary
the Flash,
there.
what else? Aquaman, probably
Aquaman,
Shazam,
Shazam, Captain
probably
Marvel,
Joker.
maybe.
Joker's definitely going to be there
Joker, I think is going to HBO Max. That movie
because
made
it's
$1 billion.
yeah, it did, and it's probably going to get something's probably going to come from it since Birds of Prey didn't do well. They try to make that money again with the R rating, but again,
Yeah.
you have
Which
to
is
know your
sad. Bird of
audience.
Prey, I thought it was tons of fun. I actually liked that movie for
Yeah,
what it
because
was.
Josh loved it, and I'm like, why? No one saw it in the theater.
That's
Because
on video.
Margot
It's tons of
Robbie
fun.
is not a box
Yeah.
office draw. Like, it's basically her movie. It's a Harley Quinn
Yeah.
movie. The other two characters are barely in it. And
Yeah, it's
Black
more a Harley
Mask
Quinn
wears a
movie.
mask. He's not some gay guy played by Ewan McGregor. It's just dumb. I don't know what they were
Even though Batman, I think
They
it's tons of
changed
fun. I
him.
think he was the best part in that movie. Like, he was funny.
Yeah, just give him what he looks like in the comics. He has the black face. I've seen the
Yep.
comic book strips of his face, and I've seen him in the animated series, some of the animated films, and I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
he's an interesting character. You can do something with that.
When, yeah,
It's like
if
Hush
I we
or,
see a cartoon get a panel, that does sound very interesting. And if that show
Oh,
does get revival, I will be super happy with it because that show has so much potential to be great
Which show?
and is great.
Which show?
We the superheroes.
oh, I never heard of it, but all of those
It's actually
DC
really
live
good.
action movies are already on. Yeah, most of them are.
Yeah, most of them
the
are.
ones that were released. The animated ones, I don't know if they're on there yet. They're still on the DC streaming service.
Hey, Josh.
Well, here comes Josh.
Yep.
His finger. Hey,
Hey, Josh.
I can't
Welcome
hear
to
him
the
though.
stream. Shit.
Can't hear him.
I can hear
It's
you.
a little bit low. It's low,
little
kind
bit
of
low.
low.
Yeah.
Yeah, Stargirl's probably going to be on Netflix probably by the end of this year since it just ended. They usually put it there because Marvel already has. And also, that's what I'm looking forward to later this year or next year. The Disney Plus Marvel shows like
Even though
Captain
those shows got delayed.
Winter Soldier, and Loki
Falcon.
and WandaVision. I want to see all those
Yep.
because
Same here.
if they're more like this show, then we're in good hands.
Yep. Indeed, because those shows are great, like basically, like in general, those shows, then
Because
we'll be set.
I'd rather have those shows than have nothing of the MCU for another year,
Yeah.
just because it's been too long. I need a fix.
Because we have Black Widow coming out.
It's been a year, 13 months this month that we had the last MCU movie in the theater, which was Far From Home.
Yeah, from
Which that's what this show reminded me of. The Stargirl reminded me of Homecoming because they're in high school, they're very young,
Yeah.
and they're trying to find their way in life, and it worked for me here. And it was interracial and it worked. It was an integrated cast, young people that can actually act, which is what I can't say for some other shows.
Yeah.
And like I said, it knew its audience. That's why the show was a huge hit. And critics
Well,
loved
the way
it.
after
Yeah.
all mature, it wasn't like forced gender or that crap.
Yeah,
which-
they didn't have to force anything. It's not needed.
Yeah.
If they made Yolanda like a lesbian or bisexual or something, it wouldn't add anything.
It wouldn't-
She's
it wouldn't
conflicted.
matter.
She had that. The remember the scene where she was judged because those pictures she took.
Yeah, with Dragon Lee.
Yeah, that was something interesting. That her family like shrugged her off, said, "How could you, Yolanda? How dare you? You dishonored this family." I'm like, I get it. I know I can relate to that. I had never done lewd pictures, but I get the feeling of being left out. I get it.
Yeah.
I've sympathized with her. Why she decided to be Wildcat. I get it.
Yeah. I get
And
it.
Dr. Midnight, yeah, the actress is weird. She looks like Kyle Massey if Kyle Massey was a girl.
Yeah.
From That's So Raven, yeah, but she did well. Angelica Washington, right? Is her
I
name?
think that's her. Yeah. I think that's her.
And also the guy that played Rick, I thought, yeah,
Yep.
they have a guy in the team that's not just he's not a side character. He's dark. He's more like an anti-hero because he has like the hourglass where that gives him his power to be super strong. It's pretty awesome. It's interesting. Yep. They gave him limits, so he's not OP.
He's not OP in general, and that's pretty cool. Oh, Josh, what's the band struggle the entire season? Josh?
I can't hear him. A little bit too low. He needs to raise his volume up.
I can hear you, but Josh, but your volume is really low.
Yeah, it is. I only lowered mine so because the sound's a little high for yours because you have a mic, but I'm not using a mic, so not a big mic anyway. But yeah, it. Yeah, I think I could hear it. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
I could hear it better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it has to be
Hey,
closer.
we're doing technical difficulty at the moment.
Yeah. So but Courtney Whitmore, yeah, she's the perfect casting. You know, Brett Bassinger really sells it. Like she's has
great.
the vulnerability. She's adorable. I love her in the costume. She brought a lot of a heart to the show, which was needed because I'm like, oh man, I haven't loved the girl this much in the Arrowverse since Supergirl. And you guys know how I feel about that.
Netflix CW deal. Overweight, starring with Batwoman, Kevin new show won't be on Netflix. The first two will be on it.
No, they won't be on Netflix. Okay, so but they will be on the CW app and also probably on HBO Max probably next year.
But they won't have all the seasons.
Oh.
Everything on CW, but as for HBO Max,
I'm glad. That's why I'd rather just get it physically when it comes out. When Stargirl comes out on Blu-ray, or hopefully Disney doesn't cancel that because they've been doing that with their 4Ks. But if it does come out, I want to buy it. So I have it with me no matter what. Because all this digital stuff, it just gets too complicated. You can get it on this, but you don't get an HD, or you get half the season, but you have to pay extra. No, I don't want. Microtransactions are the worst. Disney Plus should know that. But anyway,
go away.
Yeah, they're just the worst. But but anyway, about Courtney, we care about this character, not just because she's female, because she does things, she makes mistakes. She's not perfect.
She's not perfect.
She's a fully developed character. She has a good rapport with the other characters, and she's like, I need your help. She doesn't like say I can do this on my own. She's like, no, I can't fight this battle on my own.
She started off pretty arrogant, but they didn't really for that.
Kind of like Shazam did, when Billy was in the costume and he's like, Captain Marvel. He was like, he was trying to figure out his powers, and then when he could master them, he's like, I could do lightning with my hands, and then he makes a mistake. Here, Courtney is the scene with the car when she destroys the guy's car.
Yeah, she's an accident.
She uses his staff and blasts it. I was like, whoa. That was crazy. Yeah. Kind of cartoonish, but it fit. I mean, they're outside of what was it, the school?
I think they were driving.
Yeah, it was a drive-in, and then the car gets destroyed, and it's like, who did this? Who did this? And then they find out later.
Yeah, that was. Anyway, Josh, what's your opinion on Stargirl?
If I could hear him.
I really liked. I loved this first season of Stargirl. It really surprised me. It was very fun. I liked all 13 episodes. Brett Bassinger, before somebody gets on to me again for mispronouncing a name,
because it's Bassinger, not Bassinger.
Yeah, close enough.
Like Luke Wilson,
Amy Smart,
the rest of the cast.
Yeah,
Amy Smart as the parents, they do really good. It's nice to see Amy Smart again. I do wish she was in the show a bit more, but I get it. She is more focused on Courtney. The team members I really liked. Wildcat and
Dr. Midnight
and Dr. Midnight, Rick,
Dr. Midnight. Yeah. Dr. Midnight, Rick, and Wildcat. I didn't mind. I like Meg Delassie. She reminds me a lot of Shay Mitchell.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a hottie in that green outfit.
The effects are really
nice.
Wow. Yep.
The effects are really cool. The music is really nice, especially since it's the composer. It's the composer of the Captain Marvel movie. There were some villains that were kind of there, and I didn't really like the two.
In the entire show.
I didn't really like the two female villains. They were just there. They're not bad.
Which one? Tigress or?
both of them. They're okay. They're attractive and they do their parts well, but I didn't
Yeah.
really get much out of them. But
Yeah, they should have done more
they're
with
fine.
those.
Yeah.
It's just there's so
Well,
many
Fiddler got
characters,
killed
He does
off.
have
and they didn't have 26 episodes, so they had to just kind of pump them out, pretty
Yeah.
much. They didn't have
Well,
a lot
Fiddler
of
got
and
time,
killed off
so
basically. Speaking of
and
the ISA, we got hint to the shade. That made me happy. The real shade, not the
hmm
other shade from the Flat TV show, which I get why they changed that shade, but the main villain on season 3 was Alchemy and Sabotage. So they
Yeah.
actually did them shade together. Fine with that, even though that's kind of annoying. We got like the shade in the comics, but whatever. We got the real shade in this show, and I mean, that we got awesome. That him with scene 2. Oh, speaking of that Star, I actually forgot about that. That was shit. Like one episode I did go up and find what Stargirl's father, a real father, and
yeah.
that was actually interesting because I think it brought her ego crashing down.
Oh,
Literally.
yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah, when the dad shows, I was like, I'm Courtney's father, and I was like, no, really? Wow.
Which
And then she
also-
doesn't believe him.
Yeah, at first, but then she found out the truth, and it definitely was a big because from her ego was out of control, her actions were very messy altogether, and I'm happy she finally found out the truth, finally her ego got calmed down, she might know out there to be a good help. And her father is a scumbag, and I'm literally a complete asshole, and when we
Yeah.
find out about that, actually interesting. You could charge Courtney
Yeah,
Weston
I-
that. Sorry.
yeah, I really like that. I like the twist too about her real father.
Yeah. Which in the comic, actually, her father is a member of the Royal Flush Gang. But in the show, that they made him a lot more different. But I'm really fine with that. The Royal Flush Gang is one of the villain groups who are not that interesting territory. The only interesting Royal Flush Gang I like well, Bad and Beyond, and that's been it. And when Pat actually punched him in the face, I love that. That was hilarious. That made me happy.
Yeah, that was the best part of that episode, to be honest, because I'm like, oh, finally something happened, you know? He's like, sucker punch, get out of here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, so Pat, he's more of a father more than him.
Yeah, he is, because he actually was there for Courtney when she got hurt, and when
Yeah.
she was going to school, and when she was, having all these problems.
Speaking of, we got a shiny knight.
Oh, with the guy, is that the guy with the beard
Yeah,
and
the
the
guy with
sword?
sword.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like, I'm going to slay the dragon.
It was
I'm like,
awesome.
what is this, Game of Thrones? That felt kind of weird. I was like, yeah, that Game of Thrones already ended a year ago, guys. We can move on.
With shiny knight, actually a member of the 7 Cavalry.
Mm.
Who's 7 Cavalry? Not a DC team.
Yeah. Didn't the brainwave when he was getting all those things in his mind? Didn't that remind you of Cerebro from X-Men?
Kind of, yeah.
When he has all the things coming into his brain, I'm like, yeah, it reminded me of the Cerebro when Xavier's on, going on Cerebro. There was a lot of things that reminded me of other, Marvel and DC shows.
Yeah.
Because Courtney looks like,
yeah.
she looks like Captain America, and the ending of the show felt like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, where they have the American flag in the background and they're flying. Yeah, it reminded me of that when they're on the water tower or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, water tower.
And even the
Cool.
soundtrack sounded like like a Marvel show. It was light. It wasn't like too much.
It wasn't like dark, gritty, and edgy. Like Titan was super dark.
Yeah, it just does that.
It
It's like,
wasn't
oh,
sandy.
fuck Batman. Yeah. When they said that, I wasn't interested. I was like, yeah. Unless you're talking
Season
about
1 might have been was fine. Season 2 was a lot better, but it had the same problem. Too much story and character all over the place. Granted, the Nightwing suit was awesome. Running Nightwing, that made me happy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it would also been Deathstroke. And Deathstroke got killed off, which, why? Stop killing my villains!
Yeah, did you see that new Deathstroke movie that came out?
Not yet.
Yeah, it just came out on Blu-ray like a few weeks ago.
I did hear about that, and that does sound interesting. I know it was necessary to see it first, kind of, sort of. It was pretty a mini, but apparently after they made it into a time movie. But you know what? That does sound interesting. I'll probably watch it eventually. Speaking of that, Stargirl, moment. Josh, what was your favorite episode on the season? Josh?
I really liked the first episode because it sets this whole series into motion, and I really like the two-part episode.
Yeah,
but I love
definitely.
all the episodes.
It was a payoff.
What
It was a payoff for sitting through the filler episodes in the middle. And I also like the second episode when she gets her costume, because that was cool.
Yeah, that made me happy.
I really love the second episode too. There is filler, but it's necessary.
It's more character development. It's not like force filler.
At least it was short, so.
Yeah, which I'm actually happy the show is short because what faded. 20 episodes showed the show.
22 episodes would have been too long. It would have been going to like October, and I'm like, nah, 13 is fine. It started in May. So it didn't start like last month. It was like way back in the spring. And
it started in May and ended in August.
I was crossing my fingers when I saw the pilot. I'm like, please don't suck. Please don't suck. Please don't suck. And I was like, oh, I got it. You got me. And for the first 5 minutes, the Christmas music and then the battle in that bank or whatever, the museum or whatever.
The mansion.
And it set it up. Yeah, the mansion. And then, mansion, like in the X-Men. I'm sorry, just... A lot of these group shows, like Marvel and DC, they remind me of something like that. And it set the tone. And didn't the death of Starman remind you of Green Lantern?
It kind of did,
when he's giving him the ring to Hal Jordan in either the animated movie or whatever, it reminded me of that. I'm like, you got to give the staff to someone else to carry my legacy. Again, DC's done that a lot. Yeah, and Solomon Grundy killing Rick's parents, that's from like Batman with Bruce's parents. It's a connection. These shows are connected somehow. Yeah. And and the show didn't drag on for too long. Like, even with the 45 minutes.
Shows,
it told its story, and it was trying some new things for the Arrowverse, and it had to go in a new direction. Something fresh and exciting. That's what I wanted for this show, and it succeeded.
Yeah. And like Doom Patrol, I mean, after you focus more on the character development than the actual villain. So the villain actually all made a threat, but like Doom Patrol, like both that show and this show, they're both like the same not the same formula, because Doom Patrol is a lot more darker and
I know it's more
insane.
And they have more characters in there, right? There's like more than 4 people in the group.
Yep. The Normal Man, Cyborg, Negative Man, Elastic Woman, and the Chief. And Crazy Jane. Crazy Jane is a very great character. Frank Legion, but a lot more crazier. One of the Grant Morrison comic, Grant Morrison go full insane. But Josh, continue.
Yeah. It's hard picking a favorite episode, but some of my favorites are the 2-part finale and the first 2 episodes. But I really like all of them, even with the filler episodes. Yeah. Because it's good characterization. You get to explore this world, Stargirl, and I would love to see her in a crossover with Supergirl.
Yeah. It's going to be next month or October. It does?
Which one?
Yes.
It is?
The complete first season of the TV show comes out.
I want to see special features for it. Like the
that sounded interesting.
Because I want to see how they did the effects, and how they made the costumes, and how they developed the show for TV.
Yeah,
because this could have easily been a streaming show only, but I'm glad that it was on the CW, because I'm like, I wanted to see something this year, guys.
Yeah, hopefully October, Wonder Woman 84.
Hopefully it comes out, because it hasn't been made before. The pandemic fucked everything up.
We're gonna push it to HBO Max for $30, just like Disney Plus is doing. I'm like, no.
Fuck that.
I'm
not gonna pay $30 for that.
That's ridiculous. You're paying the $6.99 or $12.99 if you get Hulu and ESPN in a package. That's all you should be paying a month, not an extra 30 plus tax. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Well, because of the pandemics and studios, they do have to try and make their money off some of the delayed movies somehow. but
Yeah,
I
they already did for
understand.
Trolls. They released it on VOD and made like 100 million in rentals, and so did Scoob did pretty well as well because of that. But Bloodshot was in theaters and it bombed. Onward was in theaters and it bombed.
Only did
So
Yeah,
wait,
but
it did bomb? Huh?
yeah,
I know.
yeah, it bombed. It
yeah,
bombed.
yeah,
It
it
didn't make
was
a
a
billion
bomb, but
compared to Toy
it
Story
was still
4
a good
last year.
movie.
It didn't do well. It didn't do
Yeah.
well at all.
The
Critics
Invisible
loved
Man
it, but I'm
was
like
also on
that.
VOD, but
And
True.
The
The
Hunt
Invisible
was
Man
Troll.
was
also
in
on
theaters,
VOD.
and
One at a time.
yeah, the Hunt was on VOD, but yeah,
It was in
After
theaters,
if
but
you,
after
at
it
least
was out quick.
you have the DC to put some of these movies out on a streaming service. Let people
True.
see it for free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we don't even spend
The
$30
extra
to see
cost is the
Mulan.
worst.
That annoyed me because why? Like, if you want to in theaters, fine, go. But Mulan did not need to be on Disney. Wait, scratch that. What am I saying? Like,
It should
scratch
have been
that.
on Disney Plus.
If you want to put Disney Plus, fine. But don't charge for it. You put Almost Foul on Disney Plus, and that movie
Yeah.
sucked.
Yeah, you put Artemis Fowl, you put Hamilton, which I saw, I thought it was amazing. You put what else they're putting? The one and only Ivan. They put all the Disney remakes and a
Yeah.
lot of animated stuff. You don't have to pay extra. That's dumb.
Yeah, like it's so stupid.
It's dumb. It's a surcharge. It's a microtransaction. Like when you have to pay for DLC
Yeah.
for a game.
With EA
It's
and that
useless.
bullshit.
It's ridiculous. I don't want to pay for
Ridiculous,
extra
stupid.
stuff. Just give me the
Same
whole
here.
package. That's it. Don't give me
But
half of the stuff. It's ridiculous.
yeah, like
It doesn't.
if I want to watch it, move on. I can watch it basically on demand.
Yeah,
Or-
you can watch it on Disney Plus in like a year from now. It'll be cheap.
Yeah,
It'll be free. You don't have to unlock it. That's stupid. It'll be
It's
on Blu-ray
stupid.
by next year.
Yeah.
Or I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Disney's not going to do that anymore. It'll be on digital next year.
Oh yeah,
Like,
I forgot
Because
about
they're
that.
getting rid of their 4K Blu-rays. Yeah, they're going to get rid of them.
But
That's
they're
the
still
idea.
gonna keep. They're keeping the regular Blu-rays though.
Yeah, they're going to keep. They're going to
Yeah.
keep the. They're going to keep
So-
for Black Widow will get released that way, and what else? Some other stuff on Disney Plus as well.
Mo-
So-
And Artemis,
so-
which nobody's going to buy.
No one gonna watch
Nobody's
that.
gonna buy
Well,
that. It's gonna be
even-
on shelf for like a year, like the
Well,
Rise of
Mulan-
Skywalker.
Well, Mulan, even if you put it on Disney Plus, it'll still get a Blu-ray release.
True, it will get Blu-ray
Yeah, it
release. I
will.
expect that to happen.
It's a remake. All of the other ones have gotten releases, physical
Blu-ray releases.
releases. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway,
Yeah,
back to Stargirl.
Stargirl.
Yeah, when this is on Blu-ray, it should be
Stargirl.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna take
I'll
some of that.
probably get the DVD copy or
Yeah,
Blu-ray copy.
I just want the
I'm not
digital
sure.
copy. I want the digital so I could see it on my computer.
I'll
It's
be
worth
holding
it. It was
Blu-ray.
worth my time.
Young Judge did it on Blu-ray. Fact.
But yeah, Stargirl,
Well,
I'm really impressed with this. And Black
Yeah, I'm glad it
Messenger-
wasn't
I got this in
Batwoman.
Blu-ray.
And I'm glad it didn't have the gay agenda in it. I'm glad it wasn't overly political or trying to be meta, because that's not a character to be meta with. I mean, with Shazam,
Yeah.
you get it. With
But cut
Deadpool,
them
you
all
get it.
makes sense. With
But
Deadpool
not-
makes sense.
Yeah. But with here, it's like, no, we have a grounded character in reality. She's not in space all the time. She fights people that are just around her. She doesn't have to like. They don't do a MacGuffin movie plot with it. And also, it moves fast. It was a fast-paced show mostly. When the action kicks in, it really goes for it. It doesn't. It's not like a 5-second fight. And the choreography was done well. The character was finally fully fledged out. Because in Legends of Tomorrow, they gave her nothing to do. And they de-aged her, and Breck is adorable. I'm so attracted to her. So I feel weird because I feel like I'm like, because Melissa Benoist is pregnant, that I kind of betrayed my feelings for her. But no, Melissa's still my number one, but Breck is pretty much right behind her. So
Yeah.
and because they're both blonde beauties, her and Melissa, and I want to see both of them together.
Yeah,
They
that'd be
look like
fun.
sisters.
That'd be
They
fun.
have the same
since
colors,
Supergirl and
red, white,
Stargirl.
and blue, both blonde. They're both white.
Yep.
Nothing, no offense, but yeah, it's just they cast the right cast.
Yeah.
With this they did.
Well,
Ruby Rose, I was
yeah.
like, no, I was concerned because I seen her in other projects and she did nothing for me.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm never gonna do Supergirl as an actress. My even more the lighting and the lighting on
Yeah.
Batwoman was horrible.
Yeah.
Supergirl, the lighting is
Yeah,
50-50.
It was good when it started off. It started off strong, and now it's just like they need to bounce back. They need to go
Yeah.
back to
They'll
basics.
get back on
beyond.
their feet.
Yeah, Melissa needs more to do.
Well, like, she
Don't
directed
focus
one of the
everything
best
on
episode
Alex.
on that season. She directed a super
Yeah.
episode. It was excellent. But she
Yeah,
directed
and
an episode amazing.
Yeah, but in the last episode, I don't even remember what happened. Back in May, I was like, "That's
I
it."
forget.
I forgot what
was
happened.
live and freaking out.
Well, with
Yeah.
Melissa in season 6, because of she's pregnant, they'll have to do what they did with Scarlett Johansson, like when they were filming Age of
In
Ultron.
the Age of Ultron,
Age of
or
Ultron.
Gal when she did Wonder Woman, she was pregnant as well.
Yeah. With,
She
I'm fine
was.
with that.
Yeah, just to do what you can. Just there's nowhere to go but up because they can't depend on Arrow anymore. It's over.
Yeah,
There was
Arrow
going to be
dead.
a spinoff, but isn't it dead or did they kill it off? That
I
spinoff
don't
with,
really know that spin is
with-
happening
with
because I heard nothing.
with the Black Canary, they're like, we're going to do a spinoff now that it's
Black
over.
Canary and the
And
Canaries.
I'm like, there hasn't been any news. But
And the
because
Flash-
they're like, no, we're going to just put it on
On the
hold.
Flash TV show,
And the Flash, yeah, the last
you're kind of messing with me a little bit. Flash TV
Yeah.
show.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Mirror Master.
Again, DC, give me my good Flash movie. That's all I want in this decade.
In 20, we'll
That's why
get it
movies
in
are happening.
2022.
We heard nothing about it. One at a time.
Yeah, it's happening. It comes out
Yeah.
in 2022. They're doing a panel for it next week,
But
Saturday,
Yeah,
with
the DC
DC
fandom
fandom.
panel.
Yeah,
Which
but
I will try to watch that. But
Ezra Miller
again,
he better behave himself.
Yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that because that is a controversy in itself, and I don't controversial bullshit. 2020, 2020 year controversial crap. It just gotta piss me off. Like
Yeah.
one day,
Yeah, it did.
I won't even do controversial bullshit. Is that too hard to ask? No.
2020 is a
Yeah.
write-off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
I,
it-
I
every
wrote it
controversy-
off ever since
2021.
Wonder Woman got pushed. Once that got pushed, I was like, yeah, I can write this year off as a loss. I had 3 good movies in the theater in the beginning of the year, and that was it.
I had been thinking High Champion. I saw
I'll
Mario
say this,
Academia.
COVID.
That movie was amazing. Sonic the Hedgehog was surprised that was good. I'm not kidding. That
Yeah.
movie surprised the hell out of me. To be honest, but it was
Bad
really
Boys
good.
for Life, that was awesome.
I still haven't
Invisible
seen that.
Man was
Still-
great.
You have to see it. They
Real
have it on
amazing.
Stars now. Bad Boys 3 was worth the long wait. 17 years, and it paid off.
The Invisible,
Big time.
the Invisible Man really surprised me. It's my favorite
Same.
movie of the year.
Yeah, that
I'm
was
gonna see
great.
that. I'll see it for Halloween, maybe that and The Hunt. I'll
Hunt
try
actually
to
was
find
actually
it.
funny. It was hilarious. It was a
Yeah,
dark
see,
comedy.
it didn't go in the political direction that people wanted. That's why the critics were mad. It's like, oh, it should have pandered, and I'm like, no, it's gonna subvert your
It
expectations.
was political, but it was super funny. Like, it was hilarious.
The Hunt was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
2020 sucked. I agree, Edgar.
Yeah.
but we have
COVID,
4
you're
months
just
left, and we can
you
get
just-
to 2021. So
Yeah.
you're just lucky you haven't pushed Dune back yet. COVID.
Oh, if
Look.
Dune gets
Well,
delayed,
I hope-
that would me.
yeah, that would suck. I don't want to wait another year. Maybe 2 months, but not another year. Because Fast
James
9
Bond,
why
I
wasn't
got
pushed a
delayed.
year?
I
Yeah,
think
that was
so,
dumb.
yeah.
That was the first one. No Time to Die was the first movie to get pushed in March. It was going to come out in
Tenet?
April, and it got pushed.
Oh,
Tenet got
pissed
pushed.
me off. Your Tenet was
Yeah, Black
amazing.
Widow. I was upset when that got pushed. SpongeBob got pushed the next year. What else got
Well, Bill and
pushed?
Ted, that's being released on demand. Bill and Ted
Yeah,
coming
it's
out.
gonna-
That's good.
Godzilla King versus Kong that got pushed to next year. Ghostbusters Afterlife. A lot of
Yeah.
stuff, but we're still here, so we're gonna still talk about things that do come out this year.
Yeah. How are we going to
AMC
talk?
theaters are real.
Oh, sorry.
They're also re-releasing Empire Strikes Back, Sonic, Goonies, and Back to the Future. Also, John Wick is getting re-released.
Yep.
Whatchamacallit, Deadpool,
Deadpool.
Bloodshot. I don't know why, because people
Why
have missed
Bloodshot?
everything.
Why?
Yeah,
the movie
why-
sucked.
I know it's the movie. I'm like, really, that movie, the one that bombed already. It's not going to get a cult following, guys. If it was R-rated like Dread, it would have gotten a cult
Yeah,
following.
it should. Bloodshot should have already begun. Bloodshot had already killed her. He's bloody,
Yeah.
awesome, badass, and in the comics he actually regenerates.
Yeah,
That's the point of Bloodshot. He
It's like
can't
if you
die.
made a-
Okay, he can die, but he's pretty invincible. No one can stop him.
it's like making a PG-13 Punisher movie. It's not going to work,
But-
guys.
The only one thing that did work in
Inception is getting re-released too.
Yeah, Interstellar's
Oh,
getting
yeah.
re-released. Jurassic Park, I said that already.
Which one?
Unforgiven.
Wait.
Which one?
Which Jurassic Park? Which one? The original or
The first
new
one.
ones?
The first one. The original, not Jurassic World or Fallen Kingdom. The original Jurassic Park. No 3D, just the original film in its entirety. And also, we have the Lord of the Rings trilogy is going to be back in the big screen. I've seen them already.
Yeah, I've seen them already.
I think it's the
All three were
theatrical
epic.
cut. It's the theatrical cuts because the extended cuts are way too long.
They're still way too long. I should
They're
like,
like-
beat
Yeah,
They still hold up.
yeah, I saw
They're still
them.
great.
It was long. And trust me, for Return of the King, it feels like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, it does. First
I
bit.
sat in the theater and I saw all of them in the extended cuts, and I was like, wow, these are long, but they're epic.
Yeah.
Also, what else?
Speaking of Lord of the Rings, we're looking at Amazon TV show, which I don't know if you about that because we had a movie.
Yeah,
we
I'll
got
wait for a
true
trailer.
story.
Yeah,
Yeah. We'll see how that turns out. Anyways, back on track. Stargirl actually did a good show. This show was the best show we had past decade next to Doom Patrol and Harley Quinn. The Harley Quinn show, that show was about that show was great. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Harley Quinn, that show is good. I'm very sure if we get seen through it.
it's like Rick and Morty and some other things. Because I saw
It is,
how the
but it's
violence in
hilarious.
it. I'm like, oh my god. And then
It
why
is,
is
but it's hilarious.
Harley Quinn a bisexual? I have no idea. Her and Poison Ivy have a thing for each other. I'm like, as a guy, I don't know what to think. I'm just very confused. I'm confused. It's like with Batwoman. The new Batwoman is going to be bisexual, yet the actress is really
Why?
attractive. So I don't know what to think. I'm sorry. I'm so confused. Yeah, she's like this
Yeah.
gorgeous black girl with poofy hair. I'm like, you know what that does to me, guys.
Yeah, she was gorgeous and all, but I'm more about
Yeah.
the lighting because the Batwoman TV show I'm
Yeah.
for just make it be crap.
It's doomed. It's going to probably get canceled in 2021. I'm hoping
I
for
can see
that.
that being the case. If that happens, fine, go for it. Even
Yeah,
though
Stargirl
it's
proved that
really
you can
great.
put a light tone and good writing behind
Yeah.
it.
Right, and not be political. And I hate saying the term on it either. This term pissed me off by actor. That's another crap. But I hate saying that word because that word it's just been overused for insanity. Like, stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the terminology is actually not bad. The problem is they took that terminology and they corrupted it. But you know what? We'll be able to get that terminology. That is the difference there. But, anyway, no,
Yeah.
whatever, Stargirl. I think that's right. They didn't have to talk about it. Did we miss anything?
No, just the finale of what we're expecting for season 2.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
the setup for season 2. Like now, Meg DeLacy got loose, so she's gonna probably go after Stargirl again.
Yep.
Eclipso, they had the little crystal here, so they're gonna let him
Eclipso.
out, whoever that is. We'll
There's
see
gotta
what he
be like
looks
the
like.
Spectre.
Yeah,
With,
and
oh,
also
Spectre.
they're gonna develop the other characters too that we haven't seen much of, like the mom and
Yep.
Courtney's stepbrother or
Stepbrother.
is her stepbrother? Yeah, because Pat is her stepdad.
Which I'm not even sure they'll bring back, they have anyone on Jay-Z
And then Joe McHale, yeah, he made a cameo at the end of the series. I'm like,
Yeah,
how did he survive?
How
I
you
was like-
alive?
Yeah, I was like, it was like, hey, what's up? And he had his beard and everything. I'm like, what? And they ended there. And went, boom, it went to dark. I'm like, oh, I can't wait for season 2
Yep.
because they gave me a reason.
What do you mean in season finale, Icicle's death?
Yeah,
Josh?
best scene in the episode. It was this crash.
Yeah.
And I was like, yay! He's like, now I'm gonna get my driver's license. That was a Deadpool 2 death, definitely.
That was.
Hits the guy. The taxi driver hits the old man.
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah. It was basically like that, just less bloody. It was just shattering, like in glass.
Yeah, shattering the ice.
Like shattered into with the icicle. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a
John,
GIF on
what do you
Facebook.
think?
Is he still there?
Huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
The show delivered. It did not disappoint me.
What do you think of Icicle's death?
Brett,
Pretty much, I didn't really like Icicle that much, so I was very happy
I
when
didn't.
he.
I was like, yeah, no season 2 for you, sir.
Yeah,
Crashed.
yeah.
But I can wait
Very
season 2.
dark, but I can't remember seeing 2. And the one that we're about for is the budget. I swear to God, don't even mention this show badly. I'm gonna be furious because come on, this show's good. Don't mess it up, please.
Yeah,
I
don't.
don't should be like other shows. Gets disappointing and all fall crashing down.
Yeah, I don't
Arrow
want to.
started up strong, kind of battle lip off, and then that show went to shit. Flash was good, but then that show had been going down recently.
Yeah, the villains have sucked, and they made Barry a crybaby.
The
My
only
Flash doesn't cry all the time.
Yeah, the only good moment on Fire Animated before, Blood Work, great villain, he's great. Red Flash, for kind of evil fun. And
he was the first
Zoom.
villain.
Yeah, and Hunter Zolman, aka Zoom. But all the other we got
Supergirl, Black Lightning. I haven't seen in a year.
Supergirl is still pretty strong in some areas, but they need to get back to the
spirit.
You don't need 18 female characters. We get it, guys. The show
or too many villains.
Yeah,
Black
too many
Lightning
villains. Because the last two seasons,
for me,
I haven't seen
Black
it in a while.
Lightning is just fun.
And
with
the movement that's happening now, yeah.
Black Lightning is really good. Black Lightning is actually a good show.
Yeah, Jefferson Pierce is the reason I watch it, because his family, I could take him or leave him.
The family had a great actor, but Black Lightning is an awesome character, but the show been amazing. Granted, I don't want to see it because I've been busy with all the shows.
Now, Stargirl, don't mess it up.
Yeah, don't
just
mess it up.
Keep the consistent tone.
Don't screw it up.
Yeah.
Speaking of season 2 and John, I might have been if we get a crossover. If we do get a crossover with Stargirl and Supergirl
next year,
or with the Flash
in 2021.
Yeah, 2021.
Or Superman and Lois, if that's a hit.
Yeah, I'm just ready that show baby hit because that's the one show I'm very excited about, and because my favorite John is
they're nullifying everything. Okay, so they're not changing the effects. They're gonna keep it the way it is. Yeah, just keep it. It looks great. I don't want it to be downgraded and look like Suicide Squad. I don't need any more CGI rainbow. Yeah, it's Jeff Johns. He's still there, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he is. Because it's his baby.
The producer. Yeah.
Yep.
It definitely feels like a passion project. Isn't like The Mandalorian last year. They put effort into the main character. We got
unlike the Lead Star movies, which I hate putting out the Lead Star movies because it's got very hard because I had some percent of way, but then it all came crashing down.
Yeah, again, they made the last movie a MacGuffin movie.
Yeah, it wasn't a MacGuffin movie.
This, you gotta do this, you gotta go there.
It's a mess.
And it's too long. Here, this was 13 episodes, and in 2 episodes, we got the character. We didn't need this BS explanation of why she's not OP, and she's a character that she has color and she has personality and she smiles, and we know who she is she's from a little girl into a young adult to be. Courtney's going to keep growing in the series, and it works. Yeah,
it feels good. Not forced.
The actress is really young. She's like 21, but she's really good.
Yep.
She's not experienced, and she could. They work. And for this to be the real new leader of the Arrowverse after Arrow died, this is definitely
I'm all for that.
For the new the new face of justice, they called it, or
the GSA.
The Justice Society of America, and I love that the show has an American pride in it, which is great. Most of it was shot there or in Canada, but it's really, it was good. It was good to see like real locations. It wasn't just CG the whole time. They had real cars and real roads and real grass and real trees and real houses. It was just they got back to basics. Superman and Lois hopefully is more like that. Isn't that going to have the Superman sons or something like that? Yeah. Because they're setting that up.
In fact,
they did that.
We'll see what happens with Superman and Lois.
The Superman
on my end.
Because I don't want a carbon copy of Lois and Clark. I want it to be because with me, I'm for it because Cavill's not going to be him for a while, and we're not going to see a Superman movie for a long time until the Shazam sequel comes out or Wonder Woman 84. So I got to see something. And Lois and Clark came out in the 90s. That was a different era. That. Family of Steel, That's something different. That way it could distinguish itself from Lois and Clark from the 90s. So it's not a carbon copy of that.
With that down, I think looking forward to. We got to remember, John Sanson with my favorite character in DC. And I'm praying I didn't mess up because I love his character. He's awesome, bad, adorable. Plus, he's a great character. I'm hoping we're in the show that we get justice. Because, well, after minute before Batwoman, it did Batman. How can I say it right? Oh, yeah, it didn't do that well because, well, they messed up Batman's legacy on that show. Which is weird to me because how do you mess up Batman's legacy that easily? It's not that difficult.
It's
Imagine
not. It's like there's something missing
CW trying
in
to
that
do
show.
a.
That costume.
The content is great.
Imagine CW try to make a Batgirl TV show in the Arrowverse.
Yeah, but it didn't work. With
wouldn't work.
King is a
It
great
wouldn't
character
work
in
as
the
a movie.
comics, but they messed her up.
It could work as a movie though. If Wonder Woman 84 makes more than the
More
first
than
one,
what?
then we're gonna get a Batgirl movie that's by next year.
Yeah, by next year. Yeah.
Just cast her right this time. Don't get a blonde and don't make her related to Alfred. She has to be different.
Yeah, we'll see about that. But, anyways, as far as Stargirl is concerned, this is a great show. I'm hoping seeing you have to give it the same quality, same writing team, and Joel did not screw it up because Adam Garbanti won pretty 50-50. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes he does it right and wrong. It's kind of mixed bag. Because Jeff John Baby, I'm hoping Jeff will stay with the show and he stay at the 100% connected with the show because it's his character, his baby. And I'm hoping that if we do get a crossover, it's done right, it's done justice, and doesn't mess it up. But we'll see what that. For the future of Stargirl, the future is bright so far, and what's so keeping momentum going.
Yeah, bright and colorful. Yeah.
But anyways, what time about? Wait, Josh, should we give our ratings?
Mm-hmm.
Josh? No.
Oh, here I am.
Should we give our rating or final thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give my final rating. My rating on Stargirl. I'm basically gonna give the show an A.
Nice.
It has
Same here.
It has its slow moments, but there's a lot of good that outweighs all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because it does show someone, but the pacing actually is great. Because the story actually is great. The characters are great. The writing perfection. It hasn't cheesy moments, but you know what? That's fine. Because all super short cheesy moments. Except the final right there over show. Well, not answer the Arrowverse, but all super show. Yet this is a way too silly, and it gets way too dark, way too gritty, and it gets all over the place. To put insanity. Which I've been mentioning pretty darn unnecessary. That is rare because the quality is mixed at best these days. Mostly mixed, especially with other shows. So hoping the line stays strong, hoping the characters divine stays strong, and season 2 end up great as season 1. I'm very happy with the shade. I'm hoping to see him at the end of season 2, which they promised. I'm very sure not to watch some other cinema. It's still so alive. Well, I feel alive, so they're not dead. Isaac was dead. Dragon's dead. Swordmaster is still alive. Brainwave is dead. Literally.
Yeah, they did a lot of deaths in the first season. I'm shocked.
Yeah, a lot of villain dead and hero deaths.
Brutal deaths too. They weren't like
brutal.
just like they got shot or something. No, they get slashed and hit by a car and then just stabbed
Or
through the heart.
stabbed.
Like wow,
Yep.
it's pretty dark. Yeah, it's pretty violent in the act, but it fit. It didn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, at the with a bang. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm very treated away to scene 2. I'm very good with episode count of scene 2 because it takes 20 episodes, that would be too much. Hopefully, episode count is actually not short, but they do get a lot more time to do more story. Not 20 episodes, that's way too much. 15 episodes being a lot more shorter, but they have to get a lot more time to do the story. So, who knows what kind of scene 2? But, I'll remember reading. Alright, what do I just start with season 1, entire scene? I didn't see them, but they fucking A+. They're doing the best show I've seen in the past decade. Next year, I think, to, the early Flash seasons. And they're one of the best, actually, can't believe I'm saying one of the best DC shows, that's the latest show, because technically it was in DC Universe first, but thanks to the AT&T stuff cutting DC Universe to pieces now, This show I'll be on CW. So you know what? CW show is one of the best shows we had in the past decade. Way better than Flash and
Definitely.
40, which is sad because I like Flash, but man, the Flash show
Yeah,
has
he's
been
one of
weak.
my favorite characters. I said that at Comic Con last year.
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt, but yeah, do him right. Do his movie right. I want to see the bright, happy-go-lucky Flash from the comics and from the Lego the DC the Flash,
Yeah.
which I loved in 2018. That's my
Yeah.
Flash. That's what I want to see. Even if
I'm
he's
more
not
about Wally West
blonde,
Flash, but that's my opinion.
whatever one, Wally West or even Barry
Barry.
Allen, just
Yeah.
do the character justice.
Yeah. So,
But anyway, yeah,
what's our
my
next
rating-
scene after he's Flash? But we'll see about that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully 2021 things get better for television shows that we've been watching. But
Yeah.
I give the show an 8 out of 10 as well. I didn't think it was perfect. I didn't like the villains. I thought some of them were just lame or just cartoonish or just there. And Amy Smart, I wanted her to do more. I know she's the mom. She's not going to like put on a cape or whatever, but who knows?
Yeah.
But Amy Smart could surprise you. I know. I've seen her in a lot of films. But
she's a great
yeah,
actress.
Breck is an adorable lead. I'm so glad that she's, when Melissa had to take a sick leave because she was pregnant with a child, with her upcoming baby, I'm like, Breck, you were the perfect candidate to not replace her, but to take her spot for a while. But she stood on her own 2 feet. She didn't steal the spotlight from Melissa Benoist. And, she's strong, she's fun, she's colorful, beautiful, and she knows how to get things
Very
done.
flawed. Yeah, very
Flawed and vulnerable, which is what I didn't get in a lot of other DC stuff.
We
or
didn't
even
get
in some of the Marvel
Batwoman.
stuff.
Batwoman tried to make it
Batwoman
perfect.
it failed. You try to
It failed.
pander to the LGB and you did it too much. And then you said, "Oh, this costume will fit good when it's on a woman." I'm like, "We get it. It's a woman. We get it. The wig is stupid. You're not sexy. You're not even attracted to guys. I'm done with you." With Stargirl, who knows? Maybe she'll have a love interest in the second season.
Yeah, who knows? Like, it
I
can
wouldn't mind
happen.
that.
Fine.
It's
Go
not
for
going to
it.
bother me because I'm like, it's a
Yeah.
CW show. They want to show emotional connections between people because with this
Yeah.
social distancing now,
I'm holding you.
you know-
It's organic, not forced.
yeah, I want it to be organic, like with Rick was with the rest of the team.
Yeah, because
You know,
the problem though was the different for the women that flowed like Batman and Supergirl. Well, Supergirl to be fair, Supergirl did not do. Okay, they did romance.
Yeah, her and Monel were great. I love that because they really are together.
That felt a lot more sense. But I'm fine with it.
But here, who
but-
knows? Yeah, I would love a guy to just fall in love with her. I did.
Yeah.
And the
so
show,
we'll see about
it's a
that.
breath of fresh air. We needed a show like this. This was just like
Yeah.
when Spider-Man came out in 2002. After 9/11, it came out, and I'm like, oh, it's so bright and colorful and campy, and it's what we needed. During dark times, we need light, bright, imagery and enjoyment.
Like fun here, not
And we need fun. We need jokes. We need people acting like humans, not like
Yeah.
animals. But
Yeah,
it's a great
because
show. It's worth.
this
And
year-
if you haven't,
Oh, sorry.
if you have not watched this show, people watch it on the CW app or on
watch it on DC Universe.
on the DC streaming service or just anywhere. Just find it,
Yeah.
or wait till it comes out on Blu-ray and then get it because it's worth your time.
Yeah. Yeah, because like Doom Patrol now, Doom Patrol, Stargirl, and Young Justice are the three of the best shows out there on that app. And HBO Max and my typical Disney these days. And it did have the end DC Universe, the Disney Universe. You end a high note, and this show, Doom Patrol, Stargirl, and Harley Quinn, which I can't believe I'm saying, I'm going to funny. I'm very sure I think we're seeing that show. But all three shows. Wait, Stargirl, Doom Patrol, Harley Quinn, 4 shows, my bad. All 4 shows are excellent. Not the Swamp Thing was good, but then that got canceled because bullshit reasons. Oh, that's for the Swamp Thing.
Yeah, I know.
Show.
I heard about that.
Cancel it? Why? I do know that show goes to tell you, but why? How? Because Swamp Thing is a dark show. That doesn't work.
Yeah, you can't. It's not going to work as it would be too violent. I mean, I saw the movie, but it wasn't that violent. It was like kind of slow.
The Swamp Thing show is slow, but actually it's a horror show, and actually it's great. My main concern though, if it doesn't get a revival scenario, I'm hoping if it does get a revival, it turns out great. But then the revival don't have any 50-50, so we'll see about that. Granted, the all they're airing now is only the first season, so who knows how that turned out? Because Swamp Thing on the issue was dark. I don't have a put it aired on TV without being censored to hell.
Yeah, I don't want that because Disney Plus already censors half of their things too.
Which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Which I can understand because
with X-Men Apocalypse, the F-bomb is blocked out. In Splash, they censor the nudity.
Why?
In some episodes, they like change the names of some of the words or characters.
Because it's not Disney friendly.
Yeah, it's not family friendly. Even though they have Hamilton had a lot of curse words in it. There wasn't.
Yeah.
And in Marvel movies, they do have some blood, especially.
There's some blood.
Yeah.
Gore,
Civil War, Infinity War, Endgame. They're not for kids.
Yeah,
I know. I saw them in the theater.
Same.
I saw all in the theater, and yet they don't have the Spider-Man movies here.
They also have Fan 4 Stick on Disney Plus.
Oh my god, that's horrible.
They're adding the original.
No Incredible Hulk, no Spider-Man movies, but they have that.
Fan 4
because Sony owns Spider-Man and Universal owns the Hulk. That's why they can't do it.
That's why.
But we
because of the rights issues.
Yeah.
But we are getting the two Tim's.
I'm not throwing my Blu-rays out. I'm keeping.
We are getting the two Tim Story ones on Disney Plus.
Yeah, I have those on DVD as well. Yeah. But I'm saying they should put all their content there, all the Marvel stuff. They have all of it, not just like half. They have,
They have this show because when Marvel done Spectacular Spider-Man. No, we don't get that show. We get Open Spider-Man, which sucked. Oh,
at least we got The Simpsons on Disney Plus.
But it's cut. Some episodes are cut.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One episode with Michael Jackson was cut for some reason. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
If you got this if you got this controversial documentary, that documentary was bullshit.
Yeah, it was stupid. It was a lie. He didn't have Michael Jackson didn't touch kids. It was stupid. Yeah. But anyway. Next year, hopefully, we'll have more DC stuff and Marvel stuff to see. Yeah. And whether it's themed or give DC a chance, guys. It's not all doom and gloom like you thought it was in the beginning of the last decade. With when we had Man of Steel was supposed to start it. Well, Green Lantern was supposed to start it. That failed. So we had Man of Steel. But that was just too. It was too dark. It was too like middle of the. It didn't want to be. It had no joy to it. And what Stargirl, I got that. Shazam, I got that. Aquaman, yes, I got that. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry. I know Anthony was not a fan of that movie, but I loved Aquaman because it had the light tone and it had some emotional moments, and it had beautiful color and CGI that was breathtaking. I was like, wow, I felt like I was underwater. Wonder Woman, the good movie, I didn't like the ending, but hopefully the sequel can fix that. Yeah. With 84, just release it.
I kind of doubt the ending will probably be better unless Cheetah start scratching each other, because then it'll be ridiculous if they scratch each other.
Well,
yeah, pulling each other's hair. I would be like, yes. With Shazam, we got that Marvel moment that I wanted with the family fighting against the Seven Deadly Sins and Dr. Sivana. That was awesome. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, it was cool. It was something different that we never. It embraced the source material. Do that with all your DC shows and movies. Embrace the source material. Don't run away from it.
Don't try to be like Fan 4 Stick or some of the X-Men movies. To be fair, the X-Men movie itself. Yeah. So I'm not good. I'm not bad. It's kind of mixed bag and stuff. But Fan 4 Stick. Fuck.
It's horrible. I was so bored, and the movie is so dark. Like you can't see a thing.
Dark.
If you're gonna be dark, at least show me the actors and not in poorly lit rooms. You know, seriously.
Yeah. Well, then again, that movie was sabotaged by the studio. Fox sabotaged the movie department.
They sabotaged the lighting designers too. Because
they did.
Stargirl, even the scenes at night, you can see the actors. It's not like her costume is like in the background, like you can't see her. She's wearing light blue, so you can see her. Like I want to see that color.
How hard is it to do Fantastic Four? It's one is trying to adapt. Stop messing it up. Well, you know what? That's another lamp another day. I could do another lamp.
But anyway. Anyway, this podcast was good. It was good to talk about Stargirl. The TV show again, not the Disney Plus movie. That's something different. Anyway, we're gonna do our shout outs. Or like where we can find us.
Yeah, out there. Okay. Bob on Stargirl, the great show. I can obviously have seen 2, but until then, we'll wait to see how it goes. And John, where can we find you?
Yeah, I'm John Avenger 7 1985 on YouTube. I have a Twitter. I have a Facebook, and I also have an Amazon wish list, so you can find me there.
Yep.
This was fun, guys. I'm glad we got to do this summer.
Same here. Hang on. I'm trying to get our good friend Josh back because, well, where'd he go?
It was good that he joined us. At least he was on here for a while.
Yeah.
So.
Oh. Hang on.
Anyway, yeah, watch. It just ended, so you can find it online somewhere, and it's worth your time. There's some filler episodes, but when you get to the ending, it'll pay off big time.
Yep, indeed.
And I want to see more shows like this for.
Yeah,
so,
I know the 2020 don't want to get all better because this year they've been so continuity with Woman Sandy, too much continuity crap and too much bullshit. So hoping to see you at the meeting like this show. We'll see the one. So which and you can follow me either Telegram Smoker or on Twitter, or on Google. Well, Google is dead now. Follow me on Twitch.tv. Follow me on Stardust.
Yeah.
Yes, and some please come on my channel. And they're gonna join us. Also follow Josh, the feature filmmaker.
Yeah, follow his channel too as well, guys. So
yeah,
you'll probably put a link in the description, right?
He gotta go.
Yeah, it's fine. He's joined us. At least he was here
That's
for
fine.
1 to 5 minutes. So that's it, guys. Yeah, that's our podcast for Stargirl, the
Stargirl
spoiler
season
film
1.
podcast of season 1. So we'll see you guys in season 2 in 2021, hopefully.
Yeah,
If we get through this year. So see you guys next time.
See you next time. Please subscribe to my channel and see you guys next time on Stargirl Season 0. Also, stay tuned for my birthday Q&A. I'm gonna do a brain Q&A, see for that. And also stay tuned for the season panel. I will talk about that maybe. Hopefully, again we'll see about that. But anyways, this is what we're going. So after we do plans, so you know what? You're gonna join us and stay tuned my next gun on the DC fandom. Maybe Star Wars Season 2 if we do get that ASAP, and hoping that 2020 and well, I'm gonna make this point. Then join us on Stay Tuned for next on DC fandom. It's my birthday Q&A and something if we find anything to come in the 2020 this year 2020. Hopefully movies do come on theaters. But then we'll see you. See you next. See ya.